The DXY is in a dangerous spot today, and if you aren't mapping out yesterday's boundaries, you're going to get trapped by a fake out. Yesterday's PPI data sends a sort of subtle wave through the dollar, but today is all about the technicals. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how I'm using the previous day high and the previous day low alongside our MACD to catch the next major liquidity sweep. Let's map out today's directional bias by jumping straight into the chart and pretty much pull out information on the technical style of life. Alright, right there on the chart, you will see I've already mapped out a rectangular box there, and just at the top there lies the previous day high. Okay, so we'll call this guy previous day high. All right, then at the bottom is the previous day low. All right, the top previous day high, bottom the previous day low. If you pay attention, you will see that actually DXY is actually in a no man's land because it's pretty much trading almost at the PD point of the previous day. The PD point is the middle point, so the middle point is this guy there. So I'm going to pull out another horizontal ray and I'm going to make this guy green just to make it different from the others. All right, for the guys that jumped on yesterday's update, you would know for sure how we came about this gap here. And remember, the reason why we did not go for the sell yesterday, which was part of our call, was because of this gap. And you can see even till this morning the cap is still holding on to that line. They have failed to break that line, and they have attempted this for like how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 major times they've attempted it. Price still rejects that level. So here is the plan. All right, the plan A, the first expectation, which is the most ideal thing, will be for price to, of course, come out and trade above the previous day high. And once we see price doing that, the next thing we should be looking out for, and once we see that, is if we get a change of structure on the downside, then we can enter for a sell targeting the previous day low for the liquidity grabber. Then the plan B, this is the plan A, the plan A expectation, right? We said plan A expectation, they will keep on holding on to this gap here, pushing price up, trades above the previous day high, then sell pressure will start coming in. Once we see a market structure change pointing for the downside for a sell, that's when we then enter for a sell, and the TP or the liquidity grabber will be the previous day low. Then the plan B expectation will be if price fails to take out the previous day high and manages to start trading below right away, all right, without taking out the previous day high. Just take the low first. Once they swap the low and give us a market structure change, of course, for the buy, we'll enter, and of course our liquidity grabber at that point, if price gives us this kind of market condition, will be the TP will now be the previous day high, vice versa. So you see the good thing about it. So now you had an understand that DXY is in a no man's land. It doesn't make sense for me to be trading it right now because it can go either way. It can go up, it can go down. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get us to the point where more volume will be in the game, and that's just how to trade previous day high and previous day low. I'm not going to stress it much more than that. All right, so if you pay attention, we have the MACD at the bottom part. I purposely removed some of the lines there, but I use this for more of like a trend flow. I don't really use this for the technicals. I'm talking of the MACD. But what I just told you, see how simple it is. If you can follow it just the way I made mention of it, don't miss any step. Previous day high needs to be taken out. You tick that one, check. Once the previous day high is taken out, you wait for a market structure change. Once you see that, you check. Once you see a market structure change, you look for your entry, however you like looking for it. You enter, check. But there is a little bit caveat to that. So if you are coming from the upside, which means if price traded up by swiping the previous day high first and you are now pushing price on the downside, I would want you to pay attention to the middle point. Okay, so the middle point, depending on how price is coming down, might be an ideal TP point. Because one thing about trading previous day high and trading previous day low is that most of the time you would fall into two categories. You might fall into the category of people that are trading pullback on the higher time frame, or you might fall into the category of people that are actually following the trend on the higher time frame. If you're following the trend on the higher time frame, you are good. Most likely price is going to reach the opposite direction where the main TP is. But if you are on a pullback, there is this little slight trick there. If you are on a pullback, then the ideal place to start taking out profit and also adjusting risk, reducing risk, would be once price starts to touch the middle point. That's all I can say. All right, for now, I'll see you guys in my next video. I believe you've liked, I believe you follow. We do this every day, and of course today's bias is this. And the reason why we look at DXY and only DXY is because once you understand what's going on DXY, you pretty much know what is going on in other major market forex pairs there. If you want to know about it, go read about currency correlation, and I'll be making a video on currency correlation. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, and stay safe out there. Happy trading, guys. Bye for now.